Y'all got me feeling good today already. Please give it up for yourselves. This is so many beautiful black women in the building. I'm like overcome with like gratitude and
you are so beautiful.
Thank you. So are y'all. Every
y'all
single one of y'all.
excited?
This is amazing. This is beautiful.
Thank you, Rashida, and thank you for coming to Crafty Conversations with Cassandra.
Yes. Oh, this is amazing.
You are our first guest on our podcast ever.
My goodness.
Yes, so y'all give a round of applause for Rashida.
Thank you.
So we are gonna dive into these questions. Are you ready?
Let's go, honey.
So of course, this is a room full of crafters and creatives that have started their entrepreneurship journey. And we just want to know first, what role has creativity played in shaping your career, both in music and entrepreneurship?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, to start off, y'all, I'm a Gemini. So it's probably, where are my Geminis at? You feel me? But yes, I am. May 25th. So I have like maybe 10 people in my mind who all are creative. Okay. No, but creativity is, of course, for me, it's super important.
Yes.
And it's number one. And I say this at this specific time now because now the floodgates are open. Everybody's doing businesses, trying to figure out a way to stand above the rest, trying to figure out a way to captivate that customer, captivate that client. And creativity plays a big part of it because in an industry, in a world where a lot of us are doing the same thing, there's nothing wrong with that. But how do we stand out? How do we separate ourselves from something different? How do I turn my business or my brand into something that stands out, that allows people to want to connect with me, spend with me, ride with me, take a journey with me? So being creative, making sure that you're, trying to go and do and be different, to me is very important.
And how do you stand out? Because I like what you said, when everybody's doing the same thing, people feel like the market is oversaturated.
Yes.
So it's like, what can I do different to stand out? And how do you say you stand out from the people in your industry?
Well, what I think, it's always understanding that any business you do is an evolution. It has to constantly evolve.
Yes.
You're not, whatever business you have, you're probably not doing the same things you were doing 5 years ago.
No.
Or 3 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 12 months ago in this world.
Yes.
Because things change so quickly.
They do.
So it's like you have to always understand staying up on knowing every aspect of your business, knowing what's next, knowing what's going on in the world. Oh my goodness, this is going on now. Nobody's into this anymore. Right. What do I need to get into within my business to be able to compete and move forward and be innovative and have the next and know what to do and be ready to, push forward to the next thing.
Yes.
So those are the type of things that we all, as business people, we all have that in common. Oh, girl, ain't nobody doing that no more. Lord, I made all this money doing this. Now nobody wants it anymore. Oh, my God, what do? Sit your butt down with your team, if it's 2 of y'all or 25 of y'all, and figure out the next.
I love that. So I love what you just said as well, like just knowing when to evolve. So a lot of people here, like I said, we've been crafting for a long time, but for you in your industry, when did you know like it's time to pivot? Like, yes, I might have started out in the rapping industry, but now I'm in the clothing industry. Like, when did you know like it's time for me to pivot in order to stay afloat?
One thing I realized, and this is totally a personal thing, but one thing I've realized from being in the music industry, starting in that industry, then evolving to television, being an entrepreneur, is like after a certain amount of years, things just change. When me being in music, it was cassette tapes, and then it was CDs, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the industry went from that to you had to physically go out and buy somebody's CD to turn around, and now you just sit there and be like, boom, 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 and it's streaming.
Yeah.
That's an evolution. You as an artist have to be prepared for that. When it comes to reality television, reality TV if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, with my Love and Hip Hop fans.
But you know, this Love and Hip Hop now is not the same Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
People don't even look at cable anymore. You know, when you 9 times out of 10, when y'all go home and y'all click the TV on, you turn it on Hulu, Netflix, you know, or something like that. So that's the thing. It's always understanding, knowing, and filling yourself with information about your business is to be like, oh, they saying in the next few years, baby, ain't gonna be no more cable TV.
Yeah.
Kurt, we better figure something out, you know? Or, you know, it's just educating yourself. For me, a lot of times now, don't nobody want to read. You could send out a message and be detailed as hell, and they gonna say, girl, where it's at? You be like, girl, right there on the, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You be like, girl, right there on the thing that I wrote it at, you know? Like, come on. So it's just about that, and we have to be disciplined, and we have to know and understand, and we have to not be afraid to take the chances and pivot when it's time to pivot.
This is good. Y'all give her a round of applause. This is good. So I have another question. So we're talking about challenges now. Like when these challenges arise, like how do you still stay inspired? It's like, oh my gosh, I was making money in 2020. Now here we are, 2024. It's not the same anymore. Or I might have had this team in 2020, but now, like, so when these challenges arise, how do you still stay inspired to keep even going when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Two main things: the bills and my children. You know.
Yeah.
I look at it like, you don't wake up every day of your life inspired all the time. You know, we human.
Yeah.
Your menstrual done started, your man got on your nerves, your kid's bad, the teacher didn't call, you annoyed. That's not inspiration. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, every single one of us in the room, we pull inspiration from somewhere or something.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes we just have to understand, like, listen, you know, it's things I want to do. You know, I need to evolve and grow. I got to step back, step out on faith, know, okay, in any business, you taking a chance. We all taking chances.
Yes.
You know, and we can't be afraid to do that.
Yes.
You know, but ultimately, too, even when it comes to, like, teams and stuff, now, sometimes it's time for folks to go.
Woo!
And that's the truth. Sometimes we have to understand, like, and that even happens with, like, friends, too.
Ooh,
you know what I'm
talk
saying?
to us, talk to us.
People in your life, but it happens in business. You got this, you know, specific team or people around you, and you like, okay, this is cool, but okay, wait, this ain't efficient.
Yeah.
This ain't working. I'm paying out and not getting back. You know, and sometimes you love a person or you done got to know them and their family and all of that, but baby, this business.
Yeah.
You know? So we have to make those decisions, those important decisions as business owners, you know, and those are the difficult things.
Yeah.
But it's all a part of us all trying to figure it out. Because I tell people all the time, I'm a work in progress. I do not have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we be wanting stuff thinking it's good for us, and it's not. And that's the real testimony when you figure out, when you have to stand there and be like, dang, all this time I'm trying to do this, and this really ain't for me. Ooh. Lord, thank you for finally. Now he looking at you like, you the one who took this long to figure out that wasn't right for you.
Right.
You know? So we got to be real with ourselves, y'all.
Yeah, that is good. Y'all give her a round of applause. I'm loving these answers. So we talked about teams.
Yeah.
How important do you feel like it is to be around the right people when it comes to your circle when you're trying to be in business? Because you're an entrepreneur, but maybe you hanging with someone that comfortable with 9 to 5, and you're like, wait, I'm not inspired as I should be because everybody's in my circle is not on the same page. So how important is having the right circle around you when it comes to entrepreneurship?
It's super important, of course. You want to be around like-minded, people who inspire you, people who pour into you and you pour into them type of vibe. But we do have to realize that everybody ain't on that type of time.
Right.
So for me, I look at it like, it's like boxes when it comes to like friends and stuff like that. Sometimes you got that crew of your entrepreneur girls and y'all all out here trying to get to that money and inspiring each other and bouncing ideas off each other and all that. Then you might have your other friends who aren't really into that but into something else, but y'all all have something in common, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But just know your environment. We all kind of know who for us and who ain't for us when it comes to people close to us. I was talking to one of my really close friends, and I was like, I'm at a point in my life where I just want joy, and I want people around me who genuinely love me, who I genuinely love. I don't want to spend any more time. I don't want to waste another minute on the BS, and the negative. We have so much of that. You can't pick up your phone for 20 seconds without something negative scrolling through that timeline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, I'm going all over the place. Let's take it back. I'm sorry. But yes, it is important because you are like a part, you're a part of who you surround yourself with. If you're around a whole bunch of, I don't want to do nothing, I'm just trying to sit at home and see if I can get homeboy to pay these bills, that's inspiring because, baby, I'm out of here. I pay my own bills.
Period.
We ain't waiting on nobody, So it's about making logical decisions and understanding your piece and not letting anything affect that, even when it comes to entrepreneurship. Sometimes you be having people around you be like, girl, I don't know what you trying to start a business for. You ain't finna pay, do that right, and you ain't gonna do. And you sitting here like, you my cousin. Ooh. And be asking me for stuff, and then you want to be negative Nancy.
Yeah.
That's when you got to make those decisions. Be around them friends who be like, friend, what you need? Let's get together. Let's do a pop-up shop. Let's get together and let's make, you know what I'm saying? You that friend? She said, you that friend. Yep, look. Just being real with ourselves, y'all.
Yes. I love that. So having the right circle is important, but what if you had to do it alone? A lot of people are scared to do it by themselves, so they talk themselves out of it. They know they want their friends to come, but it's like, if my friends can't come, I'm just not going to do it. But how important is it sometimes that you might have to do it by yourself? You might have to go at it alone.
Well, I think it starts with self.
Ooh.
And I'm a firm believer in that. And for me, I would have to say it's not about everybody else. It's about what's in you for you to say, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm going to step out on faith, and I'm going to do this, because the problem is you're thinking about all that in your mind and you ain't executing, so now you just caught a double L.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You got negative thoughts, and then you're not moving forward. Now you're just lost. Yeah. You ain't even trying. Yeah. You have to have that faith within yourself to step out, because guess what? If it doesn't work out for you, have you ever thought about the fact that on that journey, you may take a turn that may be actually the right direction, and the actual destination you were going to is not quite what God had in store for you.
Yes.
So we have to be open to those lessons too. Yes. You understand?
Yes.
So I say to anybody, because I'm that friend, to be like, girl, if this is what you want to do, what we need to do.
Yeah.
It ain't even about it ain't even just about you as the friend. What we need to do to get you jumping off, boo.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, you do want that backup. But sometimes people might not see your vision or understand your vision, And so if they not for you, but I got something right here.
Yeah.
Then you don't need that. Then you could circle back and you could be petty and be like, told you. Told your ass. But if you never take the steps, you ain't going to be able to hair flip on her.
Right.
You ain't going to be able to be like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you said.
Or
y'all
him.
give her a round of applause. Like, this is good. It's the hair flip for me. So let's talk about time management and prioritization.
Ooh, girl, I do not have that together. What Kirk had asked him, do I, baby?
I mean, as crafters and creatives, we work our 9 to 5. We get home, we got kids, we got a husband, we got family, and we still trying to do our own personal business. How do you juggle personal, family, and entrepreneurship at the same time?
Y'all, it's a battle.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. And I still be off, but I do a lot better than I used to. And we got to be real with ourselves, and we have to prioritize the things that are important. Point blank, period. We have to prioritize what's important. And when we don't do that, there's no execution in the correct things. You know, a lot of things fall to the wayside. It's like somebody having 50 million businesses. Ain't none of them making no money because you got too damn many.
Talk to 'em.
Have one or two and make sure that's lit before you go do 500
Yeah.
different things. But as far as time management, it's truly, really about discipline. You know, and being real with ourselves. We can't go work all day, come home, do homework, clean up, cook food, do all that type of stuff. We got to be real with ourselves.
Yeah.
So if you got to write stuff down, put it on the schedule, put it in your phone for Siri to tell you, baby, today you cook, today we ordering out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, homework, come on, let's get it done because I got to
Yes.
do this or whatever. You just have to be real with yourself, and you have to be disciplined. Because one thing I will say right now in this time, this world is full of distractions. All day long. There's times where even with me and my husband and we're sitting here going over business stuff, put the phone down. Phone's got to be down. You know what we finna do? Get out a piece of paper and a pen, and let's write some shit that. Oops, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. And write some stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to what life used to be, how we got here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, don't beat yourself up. If you know you're doing wrong, then beat yourself up. But if you know you're putting forth your best foot forward, trying the best effort to make sure that you're balancing your time wisely. Listen, whatever income you make that pays your bills, of course, that's going to be a priority for you, correct? Whenever you have something as far as like your side business, whatever the case may be, you pencil out the time that you dedicate strictly to that. When it comes to family time, strictly dedicated to that. Don't let nothing come and interfere in between it. And once you try to start getting you a schedule and stuff like that, you'll start seeing that things start to kind of like even out and be more on the positive, and it has a better balance than when you just, okay, I'm all over the place. Be real with yourself.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like family, kids, entrepreneurship, do you involve them in any of like your
Yes,
business ventures?
girl.
Do your kids want to come in and help you do anything? Like, how does that work?
They
for you?
do. Okay, so actually, I think when it comes to us, because let's keep it a book. A lot of times, there's a lot of wealthy people in the world who have passed things along to their children, and you know, we all need to keep that type of a mindset. But the thing is, you need to involve them in what that family business is, so they know what the hell to do. Because what happens when you pass away? They done messed the business up, done sold it, done lost it. Y'all seen that video of them people who had their hair, that weave store? The family worked all their life, had a huge warehouse of inventory, sold hair, super big company. The parents passed away, the kids got control of it, and looked up and all the hair and everything was out on the street.
No.
They lost the business. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, you have to make smart decisions. And this is kind of a broad question, and the reason why I say that is because, yes, we want to educate our kids and we want them to be a part of what we're doing. Yeah, bring them along, teach them stuff. School don't teach them how to do taxes. And how to write checks to employees and do payroll and all that type of stuff. It doesn't teach them that. So at the end of the day, yes, bring them apart. But as parents, we know our kids. And when you know little Marcus be over here playing, don't do it then. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just being honest and being real. Because it's crazy how as parents, you know, we want to leave whatever type of legacy we trying to leave, you know?
Yeah.
But we don't want to do all this hard work and go hard and do everything we doing for our kids to be like, I don't want that. I'm going to let the state have that. Or I'm going to say, forget it. I'm going to let that. So let's just be real. Yes, bring them in as much as you can. But if it's something that they're not into doing, find whatever it is that they like and put them in that and be their anchor and be their support system. Because that's all we need. Because if not, that phone going to be it.
Yep.
You know, that internet is going to be it.
Yeah.
So, yes, my oldest son, He manages our restaurant, and he's
wow.
24, so that's a young age.
That's good. That's
And then
really
my
good.
baby, Carter, he think he the boss of all businesses. He'll walk up in there and be like, you were late, Mom. She needs to be written up. I'm like, you got it together already, baby. You 11. No, but we bring them around and we teach them stuff, and it's all about, us making sure that we try to teach them and educate them as much as we possibly can, but being real, like if this ain't what you doing, let's figure out what it is you want to do.
What it is you want to do.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Give her a round of applause, guys. So I like that you talked about the kids in the business. But let's talk about kids when it comes to quality time, like, because we work a lot. Like women, we all do that, right? Yes. So how do you separate the business and say, okay, I want to involve my kids, but now I want to involve them when it comes to us taking a vacation? Are we doing something that has nothing to do with business? How do you balance that?
You have to do it. It's important, and for a lot of years, we was running a rat race, like a hamster with the wheel, just spinning around, like trying to make every dollar, not even thinking about quality time, not even thinking about doing a lot of those super family times and pull everybody coming together and all that. We would do that, but then a lot of years back, things just clicked. And it's like, you know what? These memories and these moments and us being able to sit here and love each other and all of that beautiful stuff, that is really what's important.
Yes.
So we started doing certain things like making specific family days. Like everybody come, we eating. Whether we going out or whether I'm cooking, whether somebody else cooking, whatever the case may be, we take that time to do those things. If you have the type of business or the type of job where your kids can come with you, take them with you. Take them with you. When it's time to go on vacation and all that type of stuff, yes, take your kids places and show them the world, because the United States ain't it. They need to go touch some more ground, put their feet on some more soil, and be able to go and see things and be a part of things. And we don't need to take that away from them. We need to show them as much as we possibly can, So however you're able to do it, please do it. And also, too, it's such an eye-opener and such a refreshing thing whenever you're able to go to other places and take your kids places and they're able to see stuff and really experience stuff. That is like the biggest joy. You can get a check from somewhere, but when you see your kids smiling and they're like, oh, my God, Mom, Dad, look at this. Oh, my God. Baby, you be like, this is all it's about right here.
Yes.
And it could even be small, because sometimes we can't travel the world and do all that stuff, but we can go right to Target, Walmart, or Dick's and get a damn tent. Post that baby up in the backyard with some cute inflatable little furniture. Make some s'mores and turn that no phone.
Yeah.
Have a little dinner, a little 1-2, and just talk to them and be like, so talk to mommy today. Let's kick it. What we doing?
Yeah.
Just on some cool stuff. It ain't even gotta be nothing special. Just doing that time and spending that quality time.
That is so true. That is so true. So give it up, y'all. So let's talk about marriage and business.
Okay.
Because a lot of us here, a lot of you guys are married, you have supportive partners, but some of you don't. And it's like, oh my gosh, how can I get my man to jump on board? He don't want to get in my craft room. He don't want to be creative. So how do you operate knowing, okay, this is what I love to do, but how can I bring my spouse into it? And if he probably don't want to be a part of it, how do you still stay motivated to I'm still going to get it done regardless?
Just tell him, be like, don't come in here when the checks come. I'm just playing.
Hello. Hello.
I'm joking. No, honestly, that's it. That's the answer. No. Honestly, though, of course you want your spouse to be supportive. Yeah. You're not always going to agree, but at the end of the day, it just makes it feel better when he got your back, she got your back, whatever the case may be. So, I just look at it like, listen, it's a decision y'all got to make. Y'all a unit, talk about it. If he's your man and loves you and cares about you and all that type of stuff, he gonna be supportive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And some things about us though as women is we be particular. We can't be particular about the weight of the support. You know what I'm saying? Because, men be different and all that type of stuff. So,
Yes.
he might not be supporting you the way he need to be.
That's true.
Take what he give you, and if he act funny, be like, well, I ain't do that to your ass when you was trying to start your little trucking business, and make him think about it. Nah, but honestly speaking, y'all, it's the communication. Hey, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Come to him with your plan. Like, this is what I foresee this business doing. This is what it's going to do. This is what, I want to do. This brings me joy, and he should be able to understand that. And if he doesn't, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing what makes you happy, use that as your thing then. He may not be supportive, but use it as your thing, that piece that makes you happy and makes you feel good. Because the last thing you want to do is not do something because you don't have that support system. And then you're feeling, oh, you done did me dirty. You don't want to hold me down.
Ooh.
You done took away my little joy that I got with my little business. I don't want to, that ain't cool. So it's a kind of different thing. I don't have a specific answer for that.
Yeah.
But I would just say, hopefully you would be able to come on a good accord to be
Yes.
supportive of each other, because that's what marriage is about regardless.
Yeah.
And or, a committed relationship is
Yes.
supporting each other.
Yes, I agree. So what advice would you give to couples or married couples that want to go into business together? Like, because I'm sure you guys have had ups, downs.
Ooh,
but,
child. We have.
But what advice would you give them? Like, go for it,
I would say go for it. I would say one thing I'll say about me and this guy is it took us every business that we have, we are partners. Every single thing. So we have that we have that same energy, but it took years for us to understand how when you're married and in business, there is a line that needs to be drawn at times.
Yeah.
You ain't getting no booty from me tonight. The way you was acting at work. We can't do that. See, we can't do it. We got to stop because that's business.
What
I said it in a joking manner, but
Right.
it is really serious though, because you will be mad about business, take it home, and that's where we got to be separating stuff.
Yeah.
But over time we've learned to have cutoff times. Like, I'll be, he'd be like, all right, let's shut it down. It's family time. Let's go to dinner, or let's do this, or let's do that. So knowing that, and know that yes, it's not gonna be great all the time. It's not gonna be gravy. There are gonna be times when y'all bump heads, y'all gonna be mad, you're not gonna agree. The only thing I would say is make sure you're on the same page when it comes to making the decisions for the business.
Yes.
That's what you want. You want your partner. You don't want him to go do something you're totally against. Sit down and communicate with each other. And sometimes when those difficult situations come up to where, just like me, I'm a Gemini, he's an Aquarius, we Aquemini, right? Let's buy it, let's do it, let's go. He's the one like, no, now. So then I gotta do like I'm going to court. Look, I got all my evidence on why this is gonna work, and it goes vice versa. And to be honest with you, that's what business partners, husband and wife, and people have to do, as much as you may not want to, but y'all gotta know y'all boundaries. Y'all gotta understand, separate that business, separate that personal, make those decisions together, and one thing I will say is when you do have your husband as your partner and y'all have a business that's thriving, it ain't no better feeling than to have that and to be able to be successful together.
Ooh.
And that's a beautiful thing.
That's good. Really good. So let's talk about collaborations. How important, because right here we are in a community. Where my community at?
Okay.
A lot of them were introverts, but they got into the room. So how important is it getting into these types of rooms, collaborating in order to get to that next level in business?
I mean, so important. I mean, honestly speaking, we all, need to be poured into.
Yes.
And several different aspects of our lives, I'm sure, but coming into rooms and sometimes it takes listening to people who you don't know, who going through the same things that you going through,
that's
and
it.
or dealt with those things, and that person might help you get it together. And you don't even realize it, but you won't know if you don't collaborate, if you don't go and be a part of things that are people who are like-minded like you, who are trying to, move to the next level, be uplifted, just need something. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know that when you collaborate with people, all I say is this, be unapologetically in yourself, understand, like, listen, I ain't got it all together. You got something, I got something. Let's get together and see if we can work something out. Let's see if we can come together as a team and do a little event together. Let's see how it goes. Ain't nothing wrong with trying, but we just have to understand, especially for us black women, we should all try to reach out and lift each other up, pull each other in as much as we possibly can, And that's the main thing. We ain't trying to hate, we all trying to elevate.
Ooh. Hold on, rewind that back, Rashida.
We trying to elevate.
Don't hate, we gotta elevate.
We gonna collaborate when one of y'all put that on the shirt. Call your girl like, hey, you the damn words.
She making one right now. What a heat press there. I see you, girl. So what do you say to people, because a lot of us in here, we do the same thing. We all make T-shirts. We all make tumblers. But what do you say to people that want to collaborate, but it's like, wait, she do the same thing I do. How we gonna get ahead if we both doing the same thing? Do you think that you can collaborate and we're both in the hair business, entertainment business, the rap business? Like, how does that work for you?
Yeah, you can. Me and my friends, we have restaurants. We have boutiques. And we have the same businesses. And you know what? Sometimes, if necessary, we just swap. Hey, I got a big sale, big special going on. My friend posts mine. I post hers. She pull up at my spot. I pull up at her spot. We, I call Candy. I said, hey, girl, the health inspector is out here. He doing inspections, baby. Everybody at work, make sure y'all shit together. All those type of things. Hey, such and such. We, all of those things. But yes, we all can do the same things, uplift each other. It's strength in numbers. Woo! And that's what we all got to understand. Guess what? It's a cajillion people out here doing the same things. Yeah. But it's all about how you execute and do your plan. The mindset should be the longevity of anything that you're doing. Get that type of a mindset. When it comes to people doing the same thing, it's okay. We all can sell the tumblers, but guess what? My tumbler light up, that bad boy pour the drink for you. Now what you got? She'd be like, girl, I found out you could do this. Well, let's come together and do a collaboration and do this. Let's all get together and maybe we'll call the radio station and see if they're doing an event and see if we can all go down there. And you do tumblers that say Falcons and I do tumblers that say this and we do that. You know, you got to be creative, and we just have to have that not crab in a bucket mindset, and we have to have that let's extend out mindset,
Yes, that's good. Give a round of applause on that. Woo. So you are in a lot of different industries. You said restaurant, clothing, entertainment. How important is multiple streams of income?
Now, I hit on that earlier when I said people be having business for the sake of saying they got businesses and ain't doing nothing with them. So it's important to have multiple streams of income, but it's important to have quality in the things that you're doing so that can be stable income that increases.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we got to be real with ourselves and say, hey, am I physically capable of doing all of these different things and getting good results out of it without overspending, overextending, and whatnot,
Yeah.
So that's the first step. Multiple streams of income. They say in order to be a millionaire, you need 7 streams of income. I totally get it. But I think it's us figuring out the joyous things and then trying to use those things to be our multiple streams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we ain't going to be happy about everything we do because we got to sacrifice some stuff. You'd be like, oh, I can't stand doing this, but I'm going to do it because I need these coins, or whatever. But yes, do it. But when you think about wanting to venture out and have more money coming in and more things, first you got to think about your costs, what it's costing you and all of that. So things have to make sense. Everything got to make dollars. Everything got to make sense.
Yes.
You know, so that's the first thing I would say. And just, you know, try to be disciplined, try to be focused, and take your time. Don't rush, because you see Keisha over there, she got 4 hair stores and 50. We see that on Instagram, but what Keisha numbers look like? You know, is Keisha really making that money?
Yeah.
You know, and those are the things that we have to do. We got to be real with ourselves when it comes to different businesses and trying to get those multiple streams, making sure that that's really what's going on.
Yes.
Really trying to make the money, really trying to do it, and really securing that.
Yes. Give a round of applause, you guys. So I got one final question. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice about business, life, personal, what would it be?
Ooh. I would have to say, being patient, because I feel like that's like a huge problem for myself. You know, that we all want instant gratification.
Yeah.
Ain't happening. But I would have to tell myself, honestly speaking, go for what you know, and don't let anybody stop you. Like, because I've been distracted so many times. I've been told a lot of times, "Oh, you ain't gonna make it," or "Your music is this," and "Yo, this is that," and all of that type of stuff. I've been told that later, but in earlier years, if I could tell myself something, it would be practice patience, Rashida. Always be who you are. Don't change for nobody. You know, don't switch up because it's cool for the minute. You know, learn everything you can learn about whatever it is that you love, whatever business you're doing that you want to be successful at. Like with us opening a restaurant, we didn't have restaurant experience. We had never done it before. We went into the project blind. Learning through experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
And I say, it might be tough. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. But guess what? Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. I did that. I walked through that. I experienced that myself. You can't tell me that. You did that? No, I ain't do it with them. Who the hell you talking to? Because I did it. You know what I'm saying? So just understanding to be patient and not turn a cheek to the signs that God be trying to show us. You know?
Y'all stand up and give Rashida a round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Rashida.